YouTube, what's up? It's that retired dude here. Hope you guys are all having a great day. I am. So I don't have any car content today, but I gotta shoot a video. And just my video has a focus, of course. I wanted to title this video, "Just Go Do Something," because I'm very, very much in favor of people getting out and starting their own YouTube channel. I think everybody watching, if you're watching this video, you should start your own YouTube channel. The only regret I have about YouTube is that I didn't start it sooner, because I was so involved in life and doing things. And now that I'm retired, I do other stuff that I never thought to do before. Like right now, I'm out walking. I've always been very physical because of the military. I did 21 years there, and the police officer, I was 15 years there. So I've always been physical and in shape for that. But since I recently, like 6 months ago, found out that I have cancer, prostate cancer, then, one of the things the doctor told me was, you gotta continue to keep yourself in shape. I found out 6 months ago when I discovered that I had prostate cancer, that he said I probably had it for 2 years. At least 2 years. Probably not longer than that. And I found it as a result of another cancer scare I had. I had a weird growth growing underneath this fingernail. I'll find a picture of that and stick it in here. And I went to a dermatologist who said, you might have cancer under your fingernail. But she said, because it was under the nail, that wasn't her specialty. So she sent me to an orthopedic doctor. He looked at it and he said, yeah, it might be cancer, but we're not gonna know until we go in there and cut it out and biopsy it. So as a result of that, all the labs that came with it, the labs showed that my PSA number was a bit elevated. But of course we had to deal with the finger first, because the PSA number is not related to the finger. We got the finger thing done. The labs came back and said that your prostate numbers are they're elevated and they need to be looked at. Did the surgery on the finger, came out that it wasn't cancer. My finger's kind of messed up from the surgery, which I got to deal with that, but I had to know. Then we dealt with the cancer, with the prostate deal, and it ended up being that I had prostate cancer. Not terminal or nothing like that. It's under observation. But I'm out here staying healthy for that reason. Like the doctor said, he said, dude, you're in good shape for a 62-year-old man, which is probably what has kept you healthy. He said, but you got to keep yourself in shape. And don't eat too much red meat and all those other things. So here I am out here, and I just decided to make a video. And I do have a video on the cancer thing. It's further back in the playlist. I'm not going to rehash all of that. If you want to see it, that video is there. But I did decide to come out and walk today and do a walk and talk. I've done a few walk and talks. There's a guy named JB who lives in England, and he does videos on how to make your YouTube channel better. And he was the one that I watched his videos about walk and talks. Walk and talks are odd videos. You're walking around looking at a camera, like a man just saw me back there. I'm walking around talking to a camera, and people look at you like, who's that nut talking to the camera? So anyway, it's gonna be a little bit of a rambling video, I guess. Maybe, hopefully you hang with me, and hopefully there's a purpose behind it. But when I say go out and do something, I'm not doing things myself because I have prostate cancer. I would have done the things I'm doing anyway. But I think back to a lot of the things that I didn't do. I think about the things that I do now, retired, and that's why I say the only regret I have about YouTube is that I didn't start sooner. I'm glad I met Tom Tompkins from Vehicle Visionary, because I worked with him for a couple years. I learned a lot about how he operates his YouTube channel. But I didn't really learn a whole lot about how to operate my own, even though he's been very helpful to me. I was a bit resistant to it. Matter of fact, Tom was the first one to say, you should get in front of a camera. And I was very reluctant to do it. I was fine being behind the camera. But I ultimately ended up in front of the camera for him in a bunch of his videos. And then ultimately came out here to do my own thing. But in life, though, I discovered, as I look back on life at 62 years old, doing YouTube and all those kind of things, I discovered that there are things that I probably should have done that I didn't do sooner. So now I encourage people to get out and do things and don't wait. There's nothing to wait for, really. If you have kids, a wife, a husband, or whatever, you still got to find time to go do something that entertains you, even if you do it by yourself. You got to have money for some things. I mean, I'm glad that in retirement, I don't have any money issues. I grew up in a situation where my parents, who are both gone now, miss them dearly, but they made a bunch of dumb financial decisions. By the time I was 10, I think, my parents had filed bankruptcy. And by the time I was an adult at some point, gone, they had filed bankruptcy again. They did the best they could with the knowledge that they had, but they didn't have enough knowledge to operate money properly. They were typical, make money, spend it, make more money, spend it. Spent more than they had, went bankrupt, recovered, did it again. After I grew up as an adult, I kind of realized that's not the way to go. I didn't know where to go, but I knew that people had money. And some people were born with it. Some people went out and made it. So I figured out how to make it. I have a video on how I amassed my portfolio that allowed me to do what I do in retirement, and I don't have any money worries. Some guy commented to me earlier in one of my other videos about the Porsche that he says, you're retired and you bought a car? His comment was, and I responded, and his other comment to me was, well, where I come from, when people retire, they kind of like lay back and they stop doing things like that. Well, I didn't spend all that time in life amassing a portfolio to retire and then sit back in a chair on a porch and then die and watch all my kids, watch my 3 daughters get my money and go do things with it that I should have done. So I decided to go out and buy a Porsche because I can afford it also. So, in life I did so much crazy stuff. I was in the military, I ran around doing the most. National Training Center 3 times. First time they sent me, the second and third time I volunteered. Went to Israel for Desert Storm, shooting rockets and missiles, running from rockets and missiles, that whole 21 years of military thing. Knowing there were things in life I wanted to do, but never getting around to it because I was doing other things. I didn't regret anything I did. When I joined the military, I went in to go for 3 years, get some college money, get out. I stayed 21 years. Absolutely loved it. Don't regret any of it. Came out, went into law enforcement. Absolutely loved it. I stayed in law enforcement for 15 years. And one day, I was thinking, do I want to do something else? I was 58. When I was 58, I'm on patrol. In my police department, I was the oldest person on patrol because of the fact that I was in the military 21 years. By the time I came out of the military and joined the police department, everybody was younger than I was. And all the big guys, the commanders and the captains and the lieutenants and the sergeants, they were all younger than I was also. They had been in law enforcement already for 15 or 20 years when I came out. So I was in a weird position there where I was older than every patrol officer, and I was older than everybody who was in charge of me. Everybody. I think there was like one other guy who was my age, or close to my age. So I came out, did law enforcement, loved it. Around 58 years old, I started thinking, is there something else I want to do? I need to go do it. But then I thought, you're 58, dude, you've lived this many years, just keep on doing what you're doing. One day, if I can find the video, I'm gonna link it in here. I was 60 years old, 61 years old. I was on a call about a suspicious person doing something. I don't remember exactly what it was. I'm driving down the street and I see the guy. I stop and get out. I stop, hey guy, come here, let me talk to you. He takes off running. I chase him down. And he was probably 35. I run him down. I'm on the radio telling him this is where I am, this is what I'm doing. And by the time my backup guys arrived, I'd already caught the guy, had him at gunpoint, handcuffed him, and was taking him back to my truck. But something about that chase that day when I was 61 years old, told me that was my last foot chase. I was done. Nothing happened. It wasn't like any other foot chase. I'm 61 years old, running down 35-year-olds, caught him, handcuffed him, booked him into the jail, wrote the report. Something told me that day, go do something, dude. Go do something. And I did. I did some more work. I don't want to say I lost my fire for law enforcement, because I didn't, because I'm still a reserve officer now. Walking right now, I don't know if I can show you, I'm walking right now. I have all my stuff on. Weapon, badge, handcuffs, 2 magazines. I still carry everything just required of the job, because if they need me and they call me right now and say, hey, we need you, I'm gonna jump in that car and go. So I'm always on. But I decided, you know what, go do something. So I went ahead and retired, and I started doing stuff, exploring different things, going to visit people out of state who I hadn't really visited before. It was a good thing that at some point, when I was visiting people before, I'm on the police schedule, I always had, or even in the Army, you had to plan out, like, when are you taking a day off? And then you gotta go get there and spend so many days and then come back to get back to work. And sometimes I didn't want to come back. I'm like, I've been here for this many days. I want to stay for a little while longer, but I couldn't because I had to go back to work. When I finally left work, I had the money years ago, several years ago. I had the money. I did my budget. I'm always doing my budget constantly. And I knew that I had the money to retire, but I was still working, didn't want to sit around doing nothing. I kept working. But when I finally got out and started doing something that was not work related, because like right now as a reserve officer, I've got to do to maintain all these commission cards and all this other stuff. I have to do 8 hours of work for the city a month. And just so you see, like, I really am a police officer. I'm a reserve officer, but I do still have all my commissions and everything. As long as I have to maintain full police responsibilities, all the schools, all the classes, and do 8 hours a month. So right now I can go in whenever I want to. I can do 8 hours. I do 8 hours a month at my schedule. I can go in, stay 8 hours, and leave, and they can't tell me we need you to stay. They can call me and ask me, and I can say yes or no, but they can't force me. I love that, and that allows me to be able to go out and do something else. I can get up like right now. My phone's beeping. I don't know who's on it. I don't really care. I can get out and just go do something. I can do this walk. I gotta do this walk. I gotta keep this cancer under control. I get to go out and do something. And if I don't want to do anything, then I don't have to do anything. I didn't think that way before. I did not think along those terms. I was always trying to balance everything between work and family and leisure, and I honestly, truly was not really giving a whole lot of thought to that retired dude before I was that retired dude, about what I wanted to do. I was trying to balance it all. And something about that foot chase that day said to me, go do something. So I did. I left. Not immediately. I kept working. I went to see the police chief. And I said, Chief, it's time for me to go. And they wanted me to stay. They even offered me, in some, talking to different people, trying to get me to stay. I was even offered to become a detective, which I kind of wanted to do, but then there were reasons that fell by the wayside. But I didn't want to stay just to be a detective. My heart wouldn't have been in it. There was a time when my heart was in the detective position, but I didn't want to stay for that reason. And I decided to just go ahead and go. I did not know what was even out here. I really didn't. Despite the fact that I was in the military, I was a police officer, I did not know what was out here. But I retired. And I went to do something. That's why I tell people now, go do something. Don't stay home. Don't continually balance you against work, against family, against leisure. Find something you want to do and go do it. Whether it be YouTube, or whether it's bike riding, or whether it's whatever, go do something. I don't regret leaving work. I miss it. I will tell you for sure. I did not leave police work because I didn't want to do it anymore. I still love it. I absolutely love it. It is one of the best jobs in the world. But I realized that I had to go do something for me. And the other thing that really helped me when I decided to go do something is it was because of that I even discovered that I have this cancer. If I did not leave police work, well, leaving it, I would have found out anyway. I would have just been a little slower about getting to it, because the growth that I had under my fingernail, I watched it grow for a while, and I was like, well, it's not bothering me. It's not doing anything to me. How you doing, sir? It's not doing anything. It doesn't hurt. It was just, I watched it go up my fingernail and then spread out across my fingernail, and I kept going to work. I mean, I'm out there patrolling, traffic stopping, chasing bad guys, kicking down doors, arresting people, having a blast. 50, 53, 54, 50. I went to 2 police academies. One when I came out when I was 43, when I retired from the police department, and I left law enforcement for a very brief period of time, did some other jobs, and I went back to a police academy again at 53, 51, 52, to my second police academy. And the instructors told me back then, after graduation, we just knew you were going to drop out in week 1 or 2. Heck no. My mind is there. That stuff didn't bother me. I had a ball there. But I was so involved in work and having fun, because police work's fun to me, having fun, that I didn't really go to the doctor like I should sometimes. I'm looking at this thing growing underneath my fingernail. If it wasn't hurting, I figured it was okay. But ultimately one day I'm like, you know what, that thing needs to be looked at. And when I went to get it looked at, they said, you might have cancer. So, but that all came about after the point where I said, you know what, that's my last foot chase, it's time to go. And I wanted to get myself, make sure I was healthy, so that when I came out, I can go do things and not worry about some medical condition jumping on my back later on that I didn't know about. And that's what started my, let's take this medical thing serious. And if I had not have done that and I just kept on working, I probably wouldn't have got my finger looked at like I should have. And therefore, as a result of the labs that came out of that, I probably still to this day would not know that I have prostate cancer. So there it is. I hope it made sense to you guys. If it didn't, I apologize. But when I do walk and talk videos, I just say what comes out. I don't do scripts, as I've discussed before. I know people on YouTube who teach YouTube say you should do a script. And before you do your video, you should have rehearsed your script on video 2 or 3 times before you put it out, before you publish it. Heck with all that. I don't have time for that. I'm walking and talking, and I don't know how JB feels about that, because he may script his videos. I don't know. He does very good walk and talks. I just walk and talk. That's why it's called a walk and talk video. You talk while you're walking, and just try to relate some information, to try to see where other people are in life, to get some dialogue, to get some, some back and forth, some feedback. And I don't know who this video means anything to. It may mean nothing to no one. But while I'm walking and talking, which I do this often, I do walk. I just don't always talk. And I do have a couple of walk and talk videos out there back in my playlist. One of them is about my cancer. That was in a house though, I think. But that's where I am. So, to you who are watching, go do something. Find something you like to do, something you want to do, something you said, you know what, when I retire someday, I'm going to, and do it now. Don't wait until then. I thank God every day when I wake up, when I pray and I say, thank you for waking me up another day, and help me, please, Lord, to be a better Christian today than I was yesterday. That's my prayer every day, and I mean it. I thank God that even though I have prostate cancer, that it's not, to my understanding, it's not killing me. I have to go see my doctor tomorrow, Dr. Henry. Again, I have a video from my last visit to go see him about his treatment to try to help me get rid of this. Got to go see him tomorrow at 8:30 in the morning. I'm going to try to film it again. The last time he allowed me to film some of it, I'm going to see if he'll let me do it again tomorrow. But go do something. Don't wait until you're retired. Because, one thing I do think about is, had I started doing YouTube 5 years ago, where would I be right now? Maybe. I don't even know. I don't know. I'm not a regretful person. I kind of take it based on what it is. I got into it when I got into it. I retired when I retired, even though I could have retired sooner. I don't regret things. I don't regret buying a Porsche, not doing a PPI, not buying CPO, not buying a warranty, Whatever comes with those things comes with it. It's like when I was doing police work, when you have to knock the door down and go through the door, what happens once you get inside that house is what happens. Is what you sign up for. You know the risk, you take the risk. You do the job. I do everything that way, including whatever situation I'm in now. So I'm 62, doing YouTube, having fun, hoping I'm touching some lives, buying cars, posting videos, and trying to encourage people. And I think that those are some of the purposes in life. Is not to be selfish, not to think about oneself all the time. So I say again to people, if you are watching this, go do something. I don't know what your something is, but go do something. Don't wait. Don't let anybody talk you out of it. One of the things I like about I've learned doing YouTube, one of the YouTube lessons is, I think I might do a video on it, is to not tell anybody that you're doing YouTube. Which first I thought was kind of weird and strange, but I understand it now. Like, nobody I know knows that I do YouTube. YouTube says it's easier for them to find you an audience when you just let them find it instead of you telling people about it, which generally doesn't work for you in your favor. No one knows I do YouTube. My family doesn't know I do YouTube, really. I mean, some do, some don't. The police department that I worked at, they don't know. Some of them know that I worked with Vehicle Visionary, but they don't know I do my own thing. I think if they find out on their own, it's better. But I haven't told anybody. It's kind of freeing, actually. You get to kind of do your thing. You don't have to worry about what the people you know think. Now, when people who you don't know send you really weird, stupid comments, you know, that's another thing to deal with, but I don't know those people. But it actually makes it more freeing to go do something. So I'm doing something that I want to do. I'm having fun with it. And I try to encourage people now that I'm in this space to go do something. Find your thing and go do it, whatever that is. Don't let people talk you out of it. Don't be worried about what other people think about it, which is the freeing part of not telling anybody. I get out here and just walk and talk and just shoot videos and have fun. Think about life. Think about the rest of my life sometimes. You know, and it is what it is. So, despite the rambling nature of this video, of this walk and talk video, I hope it helps somebody. I hope it encourages somebody. There's a car coming at me. Why is it coming right at me? I don't know. Oh, it's parking. I don't want to get run over. And, oh, that's the lady from the bank. What is she doing? Oh, she must be taking lunch out here. She's from the bank. I'm gonna go back and talk to her. I might tell her I'm on YouTube, like right now while we're talking. She's probably at lunch. And see, this is a person that I can tell I'm on YouTube because she probably won't tell anybody about it. But anyway, go find your thing, people. Whatever your thing is, go do it. I'm gonna see if I can get her to let me put her on the channel. Put her on the channel. I'm not gonna cut any of this. Usually I edit my videos down. I'm leaving this video full length. And I'm gonna leave it the way it is. And if you watch it, you'll watch it. Hopefully you will. If you swipe through it, hopefully you won't swipe through it. What you doing?
Nothing on my lunch. What you doing?
Walking around making my YouTube video?
No, you ain't.
I am.
You something else.
I just told the people
Uh,
that I was gonna put you on it.
no, you did.
I did.
You said
Didn't-
I'm Mike Bankroll.
Didn't I say that? That's you right there.
Okay.
I said, you know what? I said she's probably at lunch
Yes,
from the bank.
I am.
You are.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm making my video. So I'm just
Okay.
walking around, walking and talking to the people,
Yes.
and posting my video telling about my retired life.
Yes, it's nice.
And I'm doing stuff.
Yes.
This is my bank, people. This is where they keep all my money
Yes.
that I can buy my cars and stuff with.
That's right. And whatever else.
And whatever else.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye.
So, yeah, she's on her lunch break. So, there we have it. Watch some more videos. As usual, folks, please be kind to each other. Treat each other well. Like, share, subscribe, and do all that other good YouTube stuff. And please, go do something. I don't even know what my thumbnail is going to look like. I got to figure something out. Go do something and start your own YouTube channel. I am big time in favor of that. Start your own channel. It is crazy how once I started YouTube and I really got into it, things I did normally in life that were just things I gotta go do this and I just go do it. Almost everything is content now. Almost everything is content. So I don't even look for things to shoot anymore. I just see things and like, I'm gonna just video that now, put it on YouTube and see who it interests. So go find something to do it, start your YouTube channel. If you have questions, send them. And by all means, I'm no expert. You know, I'm barely touching under 700 subscribers, but I can tell you what I've done, and I can tell you the fun I'm having, and I can tell you how encouraging it is for me and how it causes me to get up every day, and it has given me a totally different outlook on life, on my activities time than military, than law enforcement, or whatever. It's given me a totally different outlook on whatever it is. Before, when I was exercising, I just went out and I just went exercising. Now when I go exercising, I put it on camera. I mean, sometimes I post it, sometimes I don't. But again, let me stop rambling and hope I'm encouraging someone again. This will be a full length. I don't even know how long this is. How long has this been? I don't even know. It's just gonna be what it is. I'm gonna put it out full length, and hopefully somebody watches it all and is encouraged by it and makes good use of it, and it changes someone's life. Like, share, subscribe, all the other good YouTube stuff. Watch some other videos. Be kind to each other. And I will see you the next time I'm doing some retired dude stuff. And my Porsche should be coming out of the shop in a few days. I think the parts are all in. And the BMW, boy, wait until I do my video on the Endurance Warranty Company, what they covered on the BMW situation. And there you have it, folks. Have a great day.